couple hours later, it's still Saturday, 26th-ish. I'm not going to be able to probably do this much as I get into the middle of the painting unless I figure out a way to put this in front of this. But since Peyton's on the right, I thought at least I would readjust and I think I can get in here. May refocus, I don't know, but I think I can get in here and do this. Try not to hit the camera, but I thought it might be beneficial, at least for one of these figures, to watch a little closer view. The only thing I did just a second ago, and this is still wet paint, is I did make an attempt to make this look a little better. I need to go over it again with some a little bit brighter greens, but it looks better than it did. So I think I'm going to go ahead and not maybe a little too big of a brush. I'm pretty bad about that, at least at first, but hey, we'll see. Probably not much reason for me to do much talking. Probably makes you all happy, but I probably will talk anyway. Obviously underneath here it is blue, but we don't just want to go pure ultramarine. I'm going to hit it a little bit. I tested it a little bit of burnt sienna, and I'm going to make it just a touch of white. Now this may be too dark, I don't know. It's pretty watery, which if you look right, well, that's what happens with that, where the paint gets in the little grooves, but the tops of the little ridges don't get covered. That's not too bad. Not too bad. While I've got this color, all I'm doing is touching some white. Touching some white. Touching a little white. And hopefully, if I have to change this value so that shows up a little bit better, there's a little bit of an arch in her back that to me is important. Well, it'll make a little bit of sense with her shorts, but still, I think I'm going to have to accentuate that highlight. Sorry, I'm going to put that back. I need the ridge to put my fingers on. So I've got my fingers on the bottom. Let me do this. Can I do this? I got my fingers right here. So that's what I did. That's what I did. So I'm wanting you to be able to see her and what I'm doing. That looks like that little booty's back there, but it is. It doesn't have a point sticking out of it, but I have to fix that in a second. Step back. Do I have her torso long? Maybe. I think I might. Let's see. I'm going to bring it up just a little because, it's not like I'm guaranteed that I nailed this drawing because I've lost the drawing several times. And I really probably should have a different brush, but you all have heard me cry about that. But you notice a little touch is all it is. That's all it is. Her shorts, her legs. Let's see. I'm going to start with burnt sienna. A little bit of white. Probably, honestly, not far from what she has there. I touched the red. And as usual, red is so overpowering. Crazy. Let's see if this is close. Ooh, look at that. Did you see that? Didn't mix the paint very good, did you, Johnny? And we know her legs aren't that big. She got big legs though. Athletic. She's very athletic. And she's, you know, hidden in some weeds and stuff, right? She is. She's hidden in some weeds. It's just a smidge darker. Smidge darker. You know, we don't want that to stand out, right? I don't want, as I step back, still got her. She looks tall. I don't know. Let me put some of her arm in and see if that helps me, because it just looks like that's too far, too long. It probably is. So her shoulder goes back to there. Shoulder goes back to there. Yeah, there's a darker right on the edge. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it with this brush. Right in the middle. Get some darker. Where else is right? So everybody comes in like that. See up here close. This is she's tough. She's tough. It's tough stuff. This is the stuff that I've been keeping you all safe from. And usually I would never do what I'm doing, and that's sit here and like I'm trying to finish her or something. As you've seen, I go away and come back and go away and come back and let it dry. And a little spot right there. Legs are in shadow. This is not, well, maybe close to the right color. If you look at the shine on top of her head, which I think I've got her head a little tall. That's close into your finger to scrub that out. There's, and these are just little notes I'm putting to myself. So if her camera is there, right in front of her face, then her hand is about, maybe that's a little far away. See, up close, it's like, what is this? This is not, it's not like I'm doing magic here or anything. But from a distance, you get back and go, oh, okay. It makes sense. That's all we're trying to do is make this make sense. And this is where I always just negatively paint, right? I rarely ever am I going to put a stroke down and it's right. It's just the nature of how I paint. It's, to me, somewhat the nature of acrylics. That's just what it is. It is what it is. I just deal with it. Oh, so sorry. Yikesy. Yikesy. Well, I've got something close to that. Of course, I've lost amber completely. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I darkened that a little. Let's see. I don't remember. Ain't got much of nothing. Ain't got much of nothing left, do I? Ain't got much of nothing left. That's some good English my mammy taught me. Ain't much of nothing. But you see how this is tedious, right? This is tedious. That's why I've been sparing you guys some of this stuff. See, normally I would go, to the other figures and where's that color or where's there? Can I put that somewhere else? But I don't want to move. Don't want to move you. Don't want to move you. So let's do this. Let's see. There's a little bitty, tiny, warmish. I said that before. Warm spot right there. Now, is it that value? Probably not. Probably not. But it looked interesting to me. And the reason I'm just sitting here, I'm studying that. Studying that. Let's see, how far am I off right here? Strap comes down. Put a highlight on that and try to make it look a little bit. The highlight's on the top, so there's part of me that knows that this goes a little higher. Right. Gosh, this is dark up in here. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. I just looked up in that tree, this tree here, how dark it is. So I had that little dark on there, so I put it up in there. That's what I was mumbling. Now you see how, because I don't have her, I've got her too long, I think I got her too long. And got her torso too long. It's so easy to do. Not an excuse, but it is easy to do for me anyway. I need to correct it because that's the thing. It's not at all being. You can't be complacent. You can't go. And you've heard me say that's good enough. And there's some things that are okay for me to say that's good enough for that thing, because that thing's not important, whatever it might be. But this is important. I want this. I know these struggles because I have done them before. It's so easy to have a figure and it just so subconsciously, I don't know what it is, but you paint it and it's straight lines and standing straight up in the air, and it's stiff. Now there's a flow to the front. I don't want her to, you see it's out. Maybe that makes sense with her arm. A lot more out than I have it. I'm hesitant. I don't want to make her look fat because she's not. She's very lean. So her shores, that's probably what's bothering me. I'd say I got her too, I've got this too long. I don't think I have her thick enough. I don't think I got her thick enough. Let's see if this shows up. There's a light that comes across like that a little bit, right? This. Okay, about this. Pushing it, John. You're pushing it, boy. You are pushing it. Now, from a distance, that's probably going to read all right. Put a little spot highlight, a little, and that makes sense. Let's see. I may get this. May be working out. I was about to repaint this, bring this up, and bring her leg up. I may have found it. I may have found it. That looks more better. More better. Oh yeah. Better? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have to do anything else. I will, but I wouldn't have to do another thing. And it looks like at least a redheaded girl taking pictures. And I mean, let's be honest, I'm not going to be able at the angle she's in to make it look like Peyton. Again, that size. That's because that's the size. That's the size she is. And you're looking at it bigger. But that doesn't mean, daggone you, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do my darndest to get this right. This stuff takes time. Takes some time, as you're seeing. So there is a tone, and this is, I think this might be close. I don't know, maybe it's not, and it's, I probably wouldn't even have to put it in, to be honest, but there's this arm under has a purpley hue. It's in shadow. Cools, and this may be a little too dark, but there's on the front of that, and again, this is so subtle. I mean, you'd get right up on this to see. Every time, this sounds crazy, I put a stroke down, leave it. I need more yellow. I mean, even if I put it in the wrong spot or it's this wrong edge or whatever, there's times you've seen it, and I don't. There's no rhyme or reason for me. Sometimes I'll take my finger, just wipe it out, or take a paper towel, whatever. Sometimes I put it down and I know it's kind of right, and I need to let it dry and just reshape it, and I do that with I call it negatively painting. I think you probably get what I mean by that. But it's, I'm going to paint. I'm going to put a stroke down here that I'm going to say is negative. I'm negatively painting Peyton. That was tough to say. Negatively painting Peyton. Golly, that hurt. Mixed the green. A little too in my face, a little too bold. So I touched it with a little red. There's a spot, that spot right there. If I can get it. It's sticking out too far. Now from back here, from where I'm standing, you can't see. I mean, we'll put some highlight and some form in her hair and a little bit of hint of her face, and it'll be just fine. We'll get it. We will get this. There we go. that's close. That's close. I know I don't want to lose that. I think you see what I'm after here. There's a shadow all the way up her arm. Yeah, this is tough, guys. Don't you feel this? How tough this is? So it's close to that shadow there, and I'm gonna say I want to get this shape right. So I'm gonna get here. Hold my breath. I'm gonna get here and go. Oh, that was good. That was better. And then I'll get a highlight under. And her hair, again, always having to remix, start from scratch, never get enough paint out. Never get enough. Never. I would normally turn this upside down, but y'all won't see it, so I'm gonna leave it. This is hard for me to get at this angle. Yep. Saw how hard that was. I screwed up. It's okay. A little dark. Amber. It's actually got some laying here. It's kind of laying on her back. It comes up front. It comes down. This all can be done as you're seeing with, I mean, that's a pretty decent, pretty decent. And I'm using this chiseled tip. That's a pretty big brush. And I honestly try to, not as a gimmicky thing to say, oh, I use a bigger brush, but I really do want to keep these shapes simple. I don't want to take and I start putting, little strands of hair. But there is a light rather. There's a highlight under her arm, and that highlights like that more accentuate. Is that the right word? To me, that reflected light makes this scene look. Oh, you're not even. I've got you. I'm so sorry. How did this? Oh, I guess I need to zoom out a little. That's what I did wrong. Can I squint you over? Come on over. Daggone it. I don't know how this happened. I got out of sorts or something. So this reflected light under her arm is as important to make this look bright as what's on top, because the sun is so bright and the sky is so bright. Look how it's reflecting up into that. It's important. It's important to get that. Got to get that. I mean, you've got to get that. So easy to put this on too thin. And this little area, this is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be hard to get this. I guess I should say in one stroke. Which means I either gotta take my finger, soften the bottom, repaint that bottom a little bit. So goes the acrylics life of an acrylic artist. From back here, that's decent. That reads pretty decent. Let's do this before I forget. this before you let me forget. It's not bright enough, is it? Not bright enough. That is pretty bright. Oh, that was my elbow. Don't know if you heard that or not. I'm trying my best to almost finish painting. I mean, I know I won't. I know me. I will padoodle and pedaddle, and yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'll keep fidgeting, but you know, I want to at least get enough in here where you see how at least how I do this, and it's some delicate work. And you can't be afraid, or I can't say you can't. I always say that. Don't be afraid of losing something, because you just put it back in. It's not a big deal. That's going to look better. Lose it, find it, lose it, find it, repaint it, repaint it. You know, you're going to get your drawing probably more accurate. I'm going to put some warmth because I think it's there. I think it's there, even though I can't see it as much through here, but because that's so warm, I want to put warmth on the front of her leg. Now remember, we're going to have these bushes up in front. What's on the camera, as I'm looking at the back of the camera, is boulder. That looks like it was pretty red, and it is warm, but what I'm looking at is darker than what I'm seeing in the back of the camera. And you see why I hesitate to paint this all at once like I'm doing, and it's because when I make a mistake, I can't wipe it off. And if I go to work on the other figures and then I come back and I go to work and I put a stroke down, I go, then it's dry. So if I make a mistake or I need to soften an edge, I can do that. But trying to wing this. Trying to wing it. It's tough stuff. Tough stuff. Reflected light is so important. Wipe some of that off. There. The legs were just they're standing out a little too much for me. And again, when I put the grass down, I'll negatively shape that, and I'll put that grass in front so she's sitting into it. It'll make more sense. Let me got too much water. Are you surprised by that? Too much water in the brush. I love these brushes. They are easy. They really hold water, which is good. I mean, nothing against it. I don't think it's a good thing, but it is a challenge for me because I just continue to get it too wet. So I'm trying, and this is a bad angle. It's a horrible angle for me. I'm going to try to get, if this temperature, if this value is right, try to get that right. God, that's a bad angle. I need to turn the painting upside down. My hand don't work in this direction. That was bad. See what you made me do. See what you made me do. Da, 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 da. Negatively paper towel that. I think you see how subtle this stuff is, and it's really hard that size. If this was full size, this would not be a big deal. And I can play with this all day long, but there's light. You see it there. There's that bright light, and then there's a warm strip right there. See that? And then it gets lighter, and I don't have that light enough. I had it down there, and then of course when it is acrylics, they dry, and then you lose it. But it's from back here. It's reading decent. Now is this? What is that? What is this? It's got to make sense. Is it her left thumb? That's too big, right? This is stuff you got to think through. What is that? It's got to make sense. I see it. Let's pretend it's her thumb. And I'm just going to put a hint that her thumb is up on the camera. These fingers come down a bit more. Oops! Huge hand. Ugh. Get her little painty, my eraser. And there goes her thumb. I just put it in, I'm sure. Is what it is. Is what it is. What are you gonna do? Guess what? Guess what? Too much water. You'd think I'd have this all figured out by now. So there's her hair. There's that highlight in her hair. It's not that. It's softer down here, right? Right. I say right a lot. Right. Let's see. How are we gonna fix that? How do we do that? Her hair is red, and I've got it. It's burnt sienna red. And I don't want to get it too red, and I'm about to, I think. All right, look at that. That's red. But I'm really wanting to warm that